Hi everyone, it is Diane back to share another card with you today, and I am making a Christmas card today. I'm using some supplies that I got last year and of course didn't never get to use. You might have some of these. You may maybe you're like me and you got them after you already had your Christmas card designs planned, and so you didn't get to use them. So I'm going to use Sizzix Dash Away All Thin Lit by Tim Holtz. And there are 3 dies in here. There's a moon and some stars. And to be honest, I think these stars would work best if you die cut them so you would see the background. You're not going to cut out all those little stars and then glue them back on. I guess you can if you want to, but there are a lot of little stars in there. Anyway, today we're using Santa and his reindeer. And I have cut that out of just some basic black cardstock. I used the old trick that we've talked about before where I cut that 3 times and glued them together just to give them some extra thickness. And you see many card makers use that technique. I've also put some, see this one from the front, some foam dimensionals on the back. I used black foam dimensionals. I know those are still currently available from Stampin' Up! Because that's where I get them. I'm using some white pigment ink, which that ink stays wet a little bit longer than just our dye ink, and that's going to come in handy because we're going to add some Perfect Pearls, and I used Perfect Pearls on this project. A little bit of a paintbrush there. Let me see, what else did we use? We're using, I did try to find this on Brutus Monroe, and I couldn't find it anymore. I don't remember if I got it last year, but I guess I must have. This was called Santa's Journey, and it had a set of stencils, and it has some pretty stars, the negative space of a moon with pine trees, and the positive space of a moon with pine trees. So, you'd be able to, actually, if you can't find this stencil anywhere, this would be very easy to create one of these just by cutting a circle out of some acetate. And then if you had a pine tree or any kind of tree stamp, you could stamp across the front of it with black ink to create a silhouette. That would work just fine. I also found in my one packet there my Little World stencil set, and I know this is Tim Holtz, and I'm guessing it came in last year's stuff. See what happened? This is why we have to use those products that have been sitting here, because I never used it. I'm not going to use this one today, because actually I found this one when I was done with my card, but it's the same thing. There's a circle that you could blend around the outside on white cardstock or yellow cardstock and keep your moon white. Here is the earth, and I think if you look up videos you'll see how this has been used in a bazillion cards. And this was in my packet with the Stamptember 2021 kit, and when I pulled out my greeting, Merry Christmas to all and to all good night, that's where I found my little stencil with stuck. It has some cool stuff in here. It has some stars and Santa, clouds. You could do wonderful things, and I know, again, there are a ton of wonderful how-to videos using this set, but I just wanted to show you the set that I'm going to use my greeting out of. And so ahead of time I did use that greeting and stamped it. I heat embossed it in white and also in my my favorite Brutus Monroe, what's that called, Gourd Gold. And I used gold on my sample card, but we can do whichever one works best. So how about this? I mean, I was a little hesitant to use black for a Christmas card, but it's actually kind of cool. I'm pretty happy with that. So let's do one of these cards, huh? Well, I guess I better put my phone on silent just so we can get through this because I'm doing this Sunday evening, and tonight begins the new season of Yellowstone. So hubby and I are gearing up for our evening watching some television. That's what happens when you get to be our age. So I have some basic black cardstock, half of an 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock that I am going to fold in half here. Give this a little burnish so that we have a 4 1/4 by a 5.5 inch card base. And this is going to be a landscape card. And then, did I not cut the extra piece? Oh, I think I used it for my heat embossing. And I did consider doing this on blue. I also tried my finished panel on a white card base and really wasn't happy with it. That's why, and I ended up cutting off the white card base and putting it on black. Sounds weird, but I just liked it better on the black. And I don't think the blue is dark enough to do the stencil. So let me grab another piece of black here so that we can make our moonlit background for Santa's sleigh. I don't think this is big enough. Oh, yes it is. How lucky can I be? How lucky can I be? Okay, so my card base is 4 1/4 by 5.5. And that's what I want this panel to be. It's just going to layer up on the front. I was going to try to do this a little earlier today, but I got I got my new glasses on Friday. And let's just say I will be going back to have those rechecked because I ended up with a headache and a half today. Okay, so I'm going to take my stencil, and I have put a little bit of pixie spray on the back to make it sticky. You can use your Tombow glue and add it to the back of your stencil. Set it aside to dry ahead of time, and it will leave it tacky. Make sure it's dry. Glue it on. If you put it on here while your glue is wet, you're not getting it off. So when it's dry, it'll stay sticky, and you can add that to your card background. I just used the pixie spray because I happen to have it out there, and it was handy. I do also have the Brutus Monroe stick mat. Every time I've tried to use it, I've ripped my cardstock. So I just went with my, excuse me, my pixie spray, which is a low-tack sticky. I have white all over that from stenciling it before. That's when I'm getting sticky all over my hand. Oops. Okay. And I'll be able to peel that right back off of my cardstock. I have my white pigment ink and blending brush, and I am not going to be stingy with this ink. I'm going to lay this on my cardstock pretty heavy because I'm covering up black cardstock with white ink, and it does work. And our Perfect Pearls will help with that. It also gives that kind of pretty glow in the background with the black cardstock. Like in the winter, you can just see that little bit of black around it. But just layer that white in there. Get it nice and thick. Yeah, when I first picked my glasses up and tried them on, I was like, whoa. And the girl asked me, is that a good whoa or a bad whoa? And I said, I think it's bad. Everything's really kind of blurry. And she said, oh, well, your eyes are probably used to the glasses you've had on, so I would suggest just waiting until tomorrow morning when you get up and start fresh with your new ones. And I said, that makes sense. So I did. Saturday I got up and I put them on and I wore them all day, and I kind of just was thinking, they don't feel right. I just can't see right. My husband said, I think you're probably going to go back. I said, I think I will, but I'm gonna try. You know, I'm not a quitter. Well, then I wore them this morning to church, and when we got done, I help with first graders religious education classes, and when we got done with that, I'd had a headache so bad. By the time I got home, I said, I have to go lay down. I'm sorry. Put my old glasses on, and I can see so much better. So I don't know what is the scoop. Okay, get some of the white ink off my hand so I don't get it all over my cardstock, and ta-da! Look at that, how pretty! I don't really have to hurry because, like I said, this pigment ink does stay wet. Not forever, but it does. And I'm going to pull this grid paper in here that I used before, only because it still has some of the Perfect Pearls on here. And like I said, it doesn't take a lot. And I didn't want to waste this, so I don't know if I can get that onto my, a little bit, yeah. And just not waste it. You get off of there. And I'll just take some of my Perfect Pearls on my brush and put it onto my white background. Look how pretty is that? I love it. So really it's best just to add tiny bits of your Perfect Pearls and rub it into that ink and not get too much on there at first, because I mean, it goes a long way. I've had these for I don't even know how long I've had my Perfect Pearls. And you can see my little pot here is still extremely full. I'm not anywhere near running out. Okay. Close that little thing up before I end up getting it everywhere. Tap off the excess. We can take my mat away now, my grid mat. And then, where are you, little card? Yeah. And then let's just take I used just a microfiber cloth and wipe the excess off of the top. And look how pretty that silhouette comes out. Isn't that lovely? Look at that shine. Oh my goodness. Perfect Pearls are amazing little things. Beautiful powder. Okay, what was I doing? Where is my original card? So here's my little die cut Santa Claus, and we're going to layer him on the front of our moon there. And this is our card base. And then Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. Now, like I said, I have this out of white, and I also embossed it in gold. I could cut one of these out, and we can double check which one. Is it this size? These are, these dies are, what is the name? These are the Stitch Nested Label dies by Stampin' Up. We'll just layer a white one on there and see if it happens to look better. Best if you put the plate back in there. Almost slid out all over the place. That would have made a big boom. Oh, and I cut it crooked, so if I like that better, but I don't. I was going to say I'll have to recut it. I like the gold, the bronzy gold. Beta. So we just have to adhere our Perfect Pearl panel. Lots of P's there, a Perfect Pearls panel onto the card base. This is one of the quick ones. This makes up for Friday's video. That one, if you happen to catch it, that was not a quick card. That one took a minute. I mean, it's okay. It came out really nice. I was very happy with it. That was not just a quick card. Where did my little microfiber cloth go? Now, we all know I just had it in my hand. I was going to smooth that down. I guess I'll do it on this side. Then let's use some of those black foam dimensionals on the back of our greeting. What did we make Friday? It was, oh, it was the Cascade card inside the gatefold. I still have the one that I had messed up, and I think I can fix. I have it behind me, so I can try to get that one done. Get that on there kind of straight if I can. Oh, too far over. It's hanging off the edge. I want to do that. Okay. And then we can put Santa and his reindeer going over the top. Not that it's over the top with our pearls. Oh, look, it almost matches my nail polish. I must be in a gold blingy mood. I don't get to use my white pigment ink often. So, I'm always excited when I think of something. And look what I did. I covered it all up. That's okay. It served its purpose. This would also be cool for a Halloween card, to do a big moon like this in the back with a Halloween, or for Halloween. I don't think I'd put the pine trees. I think that maybe I would. I like it. And that was so easy peasy quick. Look at that. Not as fast as some of the other ones we've done, but quick enough. Yeah. What do I have on this that I could do the inside with? How about have yourself a merry little Christmas? I should put that die away while it's clanging around here before I lose it, right? Oh, those are autumn leaves. Oh, you know, I still need to make my Thanksgiving Day close to send to my family. That Brutus Monroe set that I showed you too also came with a little Santa stamp, and that's what I originally had pulled out when I remembered I had the Tim Holtz one. So if you can find that Santa's Journey anywhere, that's kind of a cool set. Like I said, I just looked on the Brutus Monroe website on their store and I didn't see it, but you and I both know that there are other places that you can find some of this stuff. I need to clean that ink off of that stencil before I put it away, I guess. I just didn't go looking all over the place, so I'll grab some inserts here. And I'll just use some VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink. I'll tell you, I told you I found those little fine tip glue bottles to put my glue in. And I thought, oh, I'm just going to use Aleene's Tacky Glue. Because I always wish I could get that out of the fine tip, you know. I can't get it to run in the bottle. Oh my goodness, I'm making a mess with that. Oh, did we get that just a tad crooked? Yeah. How about we stand up and give this a go? That's better. And one more. May as well do the insides while I'm at it. I mean, that's my nemesis there. I never get my insides done, and I got a whole box of cards then that I need to finish up. Which is what I was working on yesterday, I think. I got a few done. Many more to go. Remember last year, that was going to be my New Year's resolution, to always do my insides when I finish the outside on a video. And I started out doing okay, but the year went on and things got more hectic. Some of them got set to the wayside again. Come on, again. Thank you. Sorry for the crinkling. I just don't want to lose any of my stamps. Or my dies, which I am prone to do. So hope everybody's doing well out there. Welcome to those new subscribers. I'm happy to have you along here. Oh, which was the right one? That one. Yeah, so if you have a chance to go back and watch that Fun Fold one from Friday. The card came out kind of really pretty. Well, that's okay with the black background. I'm alright with that. I really was a little hesitant about doing a black Christmas card. Although I did one once before with, was it Musical Notes, I think? And I put a pretty white bow on the front of it, and that card was probably one of my favorite Christmas cards I ever did, so. And I suppose if that moon stencil had been a little smaller, I could have done that smaller, maybe put a gold background, but this is just fine as is. And so there you are. Hope you like it. I hope it inspires you to go out and do a Christmas card. And remember, just cut a circle out of a piece of acetate or something and use that as a stencil. You can always make your moon background. Have a pretty tree stamp, and you can use black ink to stamp a silhouette across the bottom, and you're halfway there. So have a lovely week. I will be back here on Friday. We have our card group on Tuesday meeting to make Christmas cards. So I'll let you know how that all goes. So until Friday, everybody, thank you for sticking out here with me for a little bit and having some crafting fun. Bye.